Hi, you're watching Internet Mystery Machine, and I would like to discuss the most perplexing and convoluted mystery I've ever stumbled across. A mystery with humble roots that spirals out of control, infecting the music industry and literature, while being the cause of real-world consequences. And it all starts with two local oddities, seemingly disconnected, turning into a global conundrum. I'll be honest, when I started researching for this, I thought I was making a short little video about a weird post. But the more I kept learning and the more I kept clicking, the rabbit hole only grew larger and deeper. What was supposed to be a video about a weird post turned into a video about two interconnected phenomena. I think I have somewhat of a handle on the thing now, but honestly, I don't know if there is an end to this rabbit hole. It all seems like a bottomless pit. But whatever, I'll get on with the video. It began on February 1st, 2018, almost 5 years ago, though it likely started even earlier. A Reddit post was made by Molasses Freak entitled Code? Crazy Person? New Orleans Craigslist Oddity. He posted a link to the Craigslist, which is now defunct. But at the time, it would pull up a strange post under the General Community section, though others claim to have seen similar posts under even more random sections like baby supplies and antiques. The post read, "Each teenage monarch poses every crossroad." 3 zeros repeated 5 times, and then finally, #PrayForDave. If you called the number attached to the listing, you would hear a robotic voice say,
"Silly, you must step up your efforts if we are to reach our goal on time. Research indicates lack of water, electricity, have no effect on morale. Headquarters suggests targeting liquor supply. They are an apathetic people, Vasily, but believe in your training. You will break them."
The post got little attention, though those who did see the post were interested in seeing what would happen next. Fortunately, a few things would be found in the coming years. Searching #PrayForDave turned up a Twitter account at RexTodd12 with a picture of a young Keanu Reeves as a profile image and "Pray for Dave" being the only description. On the account, Rex Todd posts similarly incomprehensible word salad like "colorless green ideas sleep furiously" and "a waving literature halves the interesting well." Every post contains the 3 zeros repeated 5 times and the phone number. Now deleted, most of Todd's posts were adding radio DJs with a seemingly urgent series of nonsense words, all ending in #PrayForDave. After finding the Twitter account, a YouTube account was found by searching the name Rex Todd. The description is his longest word salad yet, and it links to his Twitter account. It was also created on July 24th, 2020, over 2 years after the initial Craigslist posts. On the YouTube account, Rex Todd posts videos with Morse code that leads to more strange text, and what sounds like voicemails people have left on the #PrayForDave phone number. Most of the people sound shocked or confused, some laughing and wanting more information.
What the Yo, this is crazy Who the hell am I talking to right now? I demand answers.
The question everyone was asking about the Rex Todd mystery was simple. Who is Dave? Additionally, why are we praying for him? Is he sick or hurt? And what is Vasily? Why are they apathetic, and why should we break them? Most importantly, though, who behind it all is Rex Todd? The story is getting more and more interesting, right? Well, let me pull the brakes on the whole thing for a second to present you with something seemingly unrelated to the #PrayForDave confusion. On October 26th, 2021, another strange post surfaced on the New Orleans subreddit, this time by user Mind of Minutia. The post reads, "Been living here my whole life, but never understood everyone's fascination with the old baker moment in the city. I understand people create a different direction or two in their minds, but it feels too calculated to be natural, ... Just like the monk runs under the city off West End. Or at least that's one spot to get to it. Just seems super unnatural. You can't navigate it with no understanding of the current culture in NOLA. People are always saying stuff about it, but no one wants to draw the correlation between the two, so I'll make it clear. You can't navigate the monk runs without understanding the old baker moment. And I'm stuck because I don't get it at all." Though the post seemed to be gibberish, it garnered a decent amount of attention in the subreddit, and for the next few weeks, the New Orleans subreddit was filled with memes about the old baker moment and the monk runs, whatever those things may be. Both phrases are now in the local vernacular, due to the absurd and confusing nature of the post. In the post itself, the original poster commented that everyone in the thread was misunderstanding what he meant, and that he will be writing a book to better explain what he means. It was taken as a joke at the time, but a little over a month later, OP delivered with a second post titled, "I made the original post about the old baker moment. I have written a book to explain what I mean." The post linked to his book and said, "Many have misunderstandings as to how to properly utilize the old baker moment to navigate the monk runs. The book will explain how. Thank you." The book, entitled Glabber, was key for a few reasons. For starters, it illuminated more of what he meant with the phrases old baker moment and monk runs. Actually, I'll be honest, it really didn't. I bought the book and read it twice. It was pretty short and only $5, but I somehow walked away with even less of a grasp on the concepts than I did beforehand. The whole book felt like a red herring, like it was just there to distract and confuse. But what was more important than its contents was that it gave us a glimpse at who the person is that posted about the old baker moment in the first place. A man named Feck Spiderbeck. Preliminary searches on the name indicate that Feck Spiderbeck is a normal guy who makes music under the name Feck, writes for a couple publications, and has an empty YouTube channel. The only odd thing that stands out is his involvement in the project Soundass. When Googling his name, he appears as a featured musician on an album by novelty group Soundass. The music is innocuous. It's poorly performed and clearly scrambled together in one take. This is where I started looking like that one Pepe Sylvia meme, digging deeper and deeper down this pointless rabbit hole, because things become really interesting when you look further into Soundass. A quick Google search unearths an official Soundass website, www.soundass.live. Similarly to the music, the website is initially innocuous, with a humorous opening blurb. Soundass is a group of global innovators who use the sweet gift of music to strengthen global networking, leadership, and relationship building. If you've been given or have stumbled across this URL, congratulations! You've made your first crucial step towards bettering yourself and the world around you. It's at the bottom of the website that things become strange. The website's menu lists 4 possible choices: an About section, a section for booking, a section for streaming their music, and a section just called Drezky. The Drezky section reads, "Congratulations, if you've been selected by one of our recruiters, we welcome you. You have not been chosen on a whim. Your strengths and faults have been deliberated at length, and we have decided that you are a worthy addition to our team. Enter your Drezky International Recruitment ID number you've been given below, and you will be greeted shortly thereafter. Underneath is a form that instructs the user to log into DrezkyNet by entering a DRID number, a 26-digit Drezky International Recruiter Identification number. Drezky International is listed as a subset of Drezky Network on the Better Business Bureau, with listed operations in New Orleans, Louisiana, Chicago, Illinois, Akron, Ohio, Dumbarton, United Kingdom, Essen, Germany, Bonn, Germany, and Odense, Denmark. But what is it? What does it do? All that is said on the BBB page is that Drezky is an elite team of global recruiters. So why do they share a website with an unknown novelty band? Because really, I've scoured the internet and I can't find any official website outside of the Soundass website. I even found some of the headquarters on Google Maps, but no information is listed on any of them. When I went to contact members of Soundass for comment, I discovered just how many affiliates there are with the Soundass name. To date, I've found at least 50 different verifiably real people associated with Soundass. Have I stumbled onto the biggest and most elusive arts collective in the world? Nonetheless, I tried contacting as many Soundass members as I could, and they all ignored my email, responded with dismissal, or sent me quick phrase replies like, I don't know, or not sure. All but one. The only person who responded with any actual information was someone credited simply as Soundass Josh. He wrote me an email that read, "Thank you for your interest in Soundass. To answer your question, I'm not positive as to why Soundass shares a website with Drezky Network because I didn't have anything to do with the making of the website, but I can tell you that Drezky funds a Soundass project. Soundass was founded by my friend Flip, and he sold the rights to the band and its catalog to Drezky's entertainment initiative. The members of Soundass are paid to essentially record quick covers of popular songs, though things have shifted over the years. That's why most of the Soundass albums are just quick recordings of popular songs, though. Some of the members of Soundass have indicated that they made quick recordings of popular songs in the event that the world ended, because someone in charge of Drezky wants a document of as much popular music as possible. I don't know if that's true or not, though. The lineup is a little different now from when it started because some of the principal musicians passed on. That's all I really know about Drezky. Anyway, thank you again for reaching out." I didn't believe a word that Soundass Josh said in the email, but it gave me something to look into. I struck out searching for Drezky's entertainment initiative, but what's more interesting is what I found on Flip. The person Josh called Soundass's founder. Flip's full name is Flip Fitch, and every picture I can find of him is either an obscenely old man or a man in a cheap old man mask. Flip Fitch likely does not exist. Nonetheless, he has a paper trail. The most notable thing about Flip Fitch is that apparently in 2019, he killed a guy. I was only able to find a few articles on it on major news sites, but apparently he murdered a man named James Conway on stage, though descriptions as to how and why seem relatively unclear. Many of the articles simply didn't elaborate. The motive is, for the most part, unknown. Flip, or whoever it is that plays Flip, was likely drunk and agitated at the response from the crowd his band was getting. So, smack dab in the middle of this old Baker moment nonsense is a cold-blooded murder? He was held awaiting trial for 2 years. Allegedly, he ended up walking free due to a mistrial, which allowed him to start playing live shows again. I don't know if I believe that any of this really happened. There are articles to support it, but I see very little in the way of legal documentation, and it all seems like it would be documented better than it is. Searching his name did unearth some things, though. I was able to find films he had directed, mostly low-budget films, but from all different parts of the world. I also found professional portfolios, profiles, flyers announcing Fitch live performances, and a very interesting band he was in by the name of We Are Not Musicians. By this point, I was so deep down the rabbit hole that I forgot what my initial purpose was. That's when I discovered We Are Not Musicians and a song they recorded called #PrayForDave. Yes, the old Baker moment Reddit post led to a full book of nonsense by Feck Spiderbeck, which led to Soundass, which led to Drezky International, which led to Fitch, which led to We Are Not Musicians, which led me back to #PrayForDave. My initial thought was that the mystery of #PrayForDave and Rex Todd is one and the same as the mystery of Drezky International, but I can't quite piece together how. If Drezky really has locations in all of these different cities and countries, why? What does the company do? And I find it difficult to believe that this was all made by a single person. Just glimpsing at the Soundass Spotify page reveals at least 15 to 20 different people that could potentially be in the band, and it appears each picture of the band is of different members entirely. Could Soundass be an art collective with ties to all of this excess stuff? There are so many insane interwoven elements to this mystery, some I didn't even mention, just because it would muddy the waters even more. For example, Feck Spiderbeck has a producer credit on a song by a guy named Jeff Ranzabor. The song was recorded and produced in Corbin, Kentucky, completely divorced from the whole New Orleans thing. It seemed pointless and unrelated at the time, until I found a poster for a Fitch show. You remember, Fitch, the guy who founded Soundass and was in a band that made the song #PrayForDave. Yeah, his band Crap Stacks played a show with the KFC Murder Chicks, a band made famous by a completely unrelated viral mystery known as Erratus. Where are the KFC Murder Chicks from? Corbin, Kentucky. So now there's the question of how location plays into this mystery. Apart from the various locations around the world that Drezky allegedly operates in, the only locations necessary to the mystery are New Orleans, Louisiana, and Corbin, Kentucky. But why? Honestly, I'm baffled at how many layers this thing has, and I still have no idea what the point is. I can only speculate that Fitch is a character portrayed by Feck Spiderbeck or by a different Soundass affiliate, of which there seems to be an endless supply. It is clear that Flip is either a real old man wearing a fake old man mask, or just some random guy. But is Feck Spiderbeck Rex Todd? I don't think so. Though it may seem absurd, I think Rex Todd is somehow unrelated to the old Baker moment mystery. To me, it's impossible for Feck Spiderbeck to be tied to the old Baker moment, Rex Todd and the #PrayForDave mystery, Soundass, Fitch and the two Fitch bands We Are Not Musicians and Crap Stacks, the viral Erratus mystery, Drezky International, and everything else. It's just too much. It's too involved. And honestly, as I searched the internet for all things Feck Spiderbeck, Rex Todd, Fitch, and so on, I found hundreds of more things. Albums, websites, books, movies. Hell, they even have a streaming channel. And much of it seemed fairly innocuous and unrelated to the mystery at hand. But who knows? I couldn't possibly sift through it all. It's endless! Which is why I believe that perhaps multiple people are working in conjunction to this bottomless pit of mysterious content. Or perhaps Feck Spiderbeck is truly deranged. Maybe the old Baker moment and monk runs make perfect sense to him. I don't know. I'm honestly exhausted just thinking about it. Nevertheless, if you know anything pertinent to the mystery, message or email me because I'm sure I'm gonna need to do a part 2 on this one in the near future. And with that, I'll have to end this video. I wish I had a more valuable ending, but this mystery was really just a circular nightmare with so many ways to hop on, but no way to hop off. Starting with hashtag pray for Dave just leads to we are not musicians to flip Fitch to Drezky to Soundass to Feck Spiderbeck to Rex Todd to pray for Dave, and so on and so forth, forever and ever. And along the way, all these tiny impossibilities are sprinkled throughout, making it ultimately impossible for me to come to a conclusion on the whole thing. Some people have speculated that Soundass could be a cult, which would explain the endless amount of members. But honestly, I don't think so. What cult would center around music in the way Soundass has? And if it were really a cult, it's an extremely obscure one, but I guess if you do agree with the cult theory, then maybe Feck is a member or ex-member of the cult, along with whoever it is that plays Flip. Or maybe Drezky is the cult. If they really are some secret organization with ties around the world, would that add up? And at the end of the day, the major questions are left unanswered. Who is Dave? Why do we need to pray for him? What the hell is the old Baker moment? Where are the monk runs? Who is Rex Todd? Who knows? We likely will never receive any answers, but I'm sure much more will be unearthed in the coming years. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll continue making more deep dive videos like this one. Thank you, and good night.
Pray for Dave. Pray for Dave.